Hello and welcome to Zoro's News Channel 21. Here back at our news channel with Zoro. Berlin protests against virus curbs draws thousands. August 1st, 2020 at 12:05 p.m. Berlin AFP loudly chanting their opposition to face masks and vaccines. Thousands of people gathered in Berlin on Saturday to protest against coronavirus restrictions before being dispersed by police. Police put turnout at around 20,000, well below the 500,000 organizers had announced as they urged a day of freedom from months of virus curbs. Despite Germany's comparatively low toll, authorities are concerned at a rise in infections over recent weeks, and politicians took to social media to criticize the rally as irresponsible. "We are the second wave," shouted the crowd, a mixture of hard left and right and conspiracy theorists as they converged on the Brandenburg Gate, demanding resistance and dubbing the pandemic the biggest conspiracy theory. Few protesters wore masks or respected the 1.5 meter 5-foot social distancing requirement. An AFP journalist reported despite police repeatedly calling on them via megaphone to do so. After several warnings, Berlin police ordered demonstrators to leave the area at the end of the afternoon. Police tweeted they had launched legal proceedings against organizers for not respecting virus hygiene rules. A handful of people held a counter demonstration, dubbing themselves grandmothers against the extreme right. They hurled insults against Nazi protesters. The Protest Day of Freedom slogan echoes the title of the 1935 documentary and Nazi-era filmmaker Leni Riefenstahl on a party conference by Hitler's National Socialist German Workers' Party. Several politicians condemned the demonstration as Germany seeks to minimize transmission of a virus which had claimed just over 9,000 hertz as of Saturday, at a far lower toll than its neighbors. You can find out more information about that. Other news from the about Invisible Walls, what you need to know about how Section 8 really works. Based on our reporting, we created a guide to the Section 8 program. You'll learn how to apply, how to qualify for a voucher, and what it is like to live in Section 8 housing. The Section 8 and how does it work? What is Section 8 and how does it work? The Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program is a form of government rent assistance. In 2018, upwards of 5 million people across the country lived in a household that used a voucher to help pay some or all of their rent. When Congress established Section 8 of the Housing and Community Development Act in 1974, one of the goals was to make sure people earning low wages could find decent housing and a suitable living environment outside of public housing units. Today, people who meet income requirements can apply to the program to receive a voucher when they become available. If they are approved, selected, and then find an apartment or house with the voucher, their local housing authority starts sending payments directly to landlords. The payments cover some or all of the voucher's holders' rent. On average, each household will pay somewhere between 30% and 40% of its income on rent. We found that good information about Section 8 is not easily available. We spent some time reporting on how Section 8 is working as part of a series on housing with the nonprofit news organization, the Connecticut Mirror. We learned that the process of getting and using a voucher to find housing is still filled with information gaps. Half the battle is the information piece, said Josh Sharano, a voucher holder in Hartford, Connecticut. He and his colleagues run Know Your Rights workshops for potential voucher holders. If you don't know the law, you can't obey the law, said Crystal Carter, who received a voucher through the Connecticut Housing Authority but struggled to find housing. She said the companies and landlords she worked with did not always know the Section 8 laws and processes, and that created problems during her housing search. To create this guide, we spoke with dozens of people who have navigated the voucher process, as well as with property brokers, landlords, former housing authority workers, housing lawyer, and housing advocates. This guide will tell you how to find if I should apply for Section 8 housing voucher. How do I apply for a Section 8 housing voucher? Getting on a wait list, steps to take while you're on a Section 8 wait list, what to do after being approved for Section 8 housing voucher, how do I find housing with a Section 8 voucher, what to know about the voucher, tips for the housing search, how to apply for an apartment or house, what can go wrong, living with a voucher, and other resources. The guide includes links to visit websites. If you're not able to access the internet, you can visit a library, a local library, and type this link into a browser to view the guide online. https://propub.li/section 8. And of course, you can go to any library to find out more information about Section 8. And if you're on the way to looking for Section 8, well, good luck to you. I hope you find the voucher that you're looking for so you can have the proper housing that's necessary for you and maybe you and, of course, your family. So, now, how do you find out if I should apply for a Section 8 housing voucher, or you, shall I say? To get a Section 8 housing, you will need to apply for a voucher. Before you apply, you will need to know where you want to live. Each local housing authority has different rules around Section 8. It decide where you want to live and then find the local housing authorities that are in charge of those neighborhoods. You can find a list of all the housing authorities here. Keep in mind, you can apply to housing authorities even if you don't already live in that town. Don't see the town you are looking for? Try looking for a regional or state housing authority. How much money you have and your household are making. The program is reserved for people making a certain amount of money compared with the area. Check out the housing authority's income requirements. Then go to the Department of Housing and Urban Developments online too to see whether you and the people you're living with fit into that category. Immigration status for you and everyone you'll be living with. At least one person in your household needs to have legal documentation to be living in the U.S. for the household to apply for a voucher. The nonprofit organization Affordable Housing Online has detailed information here. And then you could, of course, go to their website so you can, and then criminal history for you and everyone you'll be living with. All housing authorities do background checks, but each one has different rules. It is possible to get approved for housing if you have a felony or if you are on parole. Ask the specific housing authorities by calling or emailing to see if you're still eligible. Important, you cannot get a voucher if you or someone in your household is on a lifelong sex offender registry, has been convicted of producing methamphetamine in federal housing, or has been evicted within the past 3 years for drug-related reasons. How do you apply for Section 8 voucher? The first step to applying for a Section 8 housing is to tell the housing authority you're interested, but there are more people who want vouchers than there are vouchers available. Most of the time, you'll be placed on a wait list. Now, getting on a wait list. You get an email account. You will need an email account to apply. Create a free one. Sign up for a Gmail or Yahoo accounts. Get alerts. You can sign up for services that will email you when housing authorities open wait lists. Affordable Housing Online was or has a website, where you can see which wait lists are open. The group also has a web page where you can sign up to get email alerts from the state you're interested in living in. Some housing authorities have their own alert systems. If you absolutely know that you only want to live in one neighborhood, find a housing authority that oversees the area and sign up with the housing authority directly. Uh, be flexible. Apply to as many wait lists as you can, as long as you can see yourself living in that neighborhood for at least 12 months. After a year, you can look into moving while still holding on to your voucher. Use a dependable mailing address. If you move around a lot or are homeless, give the housing authority the mailing address of a friend or family member who can let you know when mail arrives for you. You can also ask local churches and shelters if you can use their mailing address. If they say yes, check in with them once a week to see if they've gotten your notices from the housing authority. Do not pay money to apply. You never have to pay to apply to Section 8 wait list, and there is no way to pay to move up the wait list once you are on it. If you are asked to pay, it's more than likely a scam. A doctor's note can speed up the wait. Some housing authorities move you up the waiting list if you or someone in your household has a disability or a health issue like asthma that is getting worse because of where you're living. If these cases apply to you, ask a doctor to write a note to housing authority explaining how new housing will help your condition. Get and keep a copy of the note. So get to that website and get more information, and good luck on your way to your new housing. Okay, yes, so we're back on the news, of course. Got it. So, yes, that's enough for our news today. So, I just wanted to let you know so that and our weather, we have caught some rain today. So the rain has came and then stopped, and then it came back on and stopped. So, but anyway, thank you for tuning in to Zora's News Channel 21. You have a good day.